Okay, so hot book this week seems to be Bitch Planet. Um, I read this like 4 times, which is probably more than I've read um, any comic in a long while, especially number one. I don't know, I read ODCY a lot of times, but that was just because I didn't understand it. I read this because of the fact that I was trying to get the underlying what was going on. Um, First of all, I don't particularly care for the name Bitch Planet for what this is. Um, if as a gay person, if this book was called Fag World, I would find that offensive. I mean, to a degree, I understand the uh, reclaiming bitch, but I just kind of found that to be a little bit offensive. Um, there were a lot of things I liked about this book. Uh, the way that everybody had different body types, I found to be amazing. I wish we saw more of that in comics. Um, what I didn't like about this book was that it seemed to be racially biased. Um, having been in prison, um, I thought the way that the the black characters in this book were portrayed were really stereotypical and um, kind of racist. Um, so it was funny to me that in this book that you had the people that took charge, the people that seemed comfortable in this book were all black. Um, I liked the diversity, but at the same time, there seemed to be a lack of diversity. The person in this book that seemed like was the one that was needy and couldn't fend for themselves was a white person. Um, I'm not saying that you don't need to have that in comics, that you don't need to have a stronger um, a racial tilt, but in this book, it almost seemed like that. It just seemed like racial stereotypes to me. That if there are 4 people standing around a car, and you wanted to break into the car, you would ask the black person. That's how this book felt to me. Um, it also seemed to me like bashing on males because or making males simple. Um, that you know you've got this guy and he's all about that he wants his wife back and everything and he's willing to do whatever and this that and the other, and then you throw this Don character up in front of him and he's all of a sudden like, oh, you're the one that I love and I'm gonna be with you forever, and fuck my wife, she's in prison and gonna die. And I really, for every good thing about this book, I found a bad thing. And that's weird. uh, and I don't want to come across on this that it's not a great direction that females are taking. um, some book has to be groundbreaking on that, and maybe this will be the book that'll make females. And I can't, like I said, I can't say what it is about females that you're going to enjoy, or your experience or whatever. I can come at it from a gay perspective and say that if I were portrayed in this book, um, I wouldn't particularly care for the way that I was portrayed. uh, if I was the black guy, as I'm not, um, I don't know that I would particularly care for the way I'm portrayed in this book. Um, I'm glad that so many people got good things out of this book, and that they feel empowered on this. I mean, that's great. Uh, by all means, females have been subjugated in comics for a long time. So, if there's a title out there that makes you feel great about or makes you feel great about females, I'm all for it. By all means. But maybe because of the fact that, like I said, maybe because of the fact that I have a penis, I don't totally understand this book. I kind of found it offensive in several different ways. I found this book offensive. And, you know, uh, but it's a comic book, and, it's not like I'm going to quit reading it. I enjoyed it. It's crazy love this back page here. Uh, I love the whole non-compliance thing. That was awesome. But to me, it just kind of felt like the story was a little disjointed, and I just, I don't know. Like I said, maybe it's the start, and maybe eventually we'll get that book that will, you know, illustrate exactly what I think as a male is the stamp of females in comics. I don't know. I've been around for a minute watching these exaggerated big boobed xenoscope type of characters, and I understand that. I think that there are stronger female characters out there right now than what was going on in this book. And people talking about this being like a 70s, 80s, like female prison exploitation book. I didn't get that either. Um, I mean, it was just a good book. Um, there was nothing bad about it, and you know, I'm looking forward to seeing where it goes in the future, and what the next issue has to offer.